The fireworks will scare your guinea pigs. It's just a question of how much. But fortunately, there are a few things you can do to make it a little bit less stressful on them. Whether it's the 4th of July or New Year's, fireworks are an incredibly loud and scary sound that often sends guinea pigs into hiding. As prey animals, a loud sound like that signals danger. It tells them they should hide, maybe a tree's falling, maybe a large predator just ran through the area. They were wired to have stress hormones go through their body and send them into hiding to keep them alive. Some guinea pigs do better, especially ones that were exposed to loud sounds when they were young. So your guinea pigs might seem like they're not scared at all. Most likely they're still a little scared, but they might be confident enough that they're not fully hiding. But even guinea pigs who are very confident, feel very safe with you and their cage, can still get really scared, and that's not your fault. It's perfectly natural. I'm going to give you some advice to make them less scared. We're going to go through some myths and misconceptions about things that may or may not help them during the fireworks. And hopefully you can feel confident that you are doing everything you can to make fireworks the least stressful experience possible for your guinea pigs. A lot of people say you should play music for your guinea pigs when there's fireworks to help keep them more calm, but is that true? Every guinea pig is different, but there is good evidence that a lot of animals are helped and calmed down by soft music, like classical music. What? I'm not sure whether there have been studies specifically on guinea pigs, but we have found this effect throughout various other species. So it would be a fairly well-supported theory that classical music could calm your guinea pigs down. One type of music that a lot of people don't know that can help your guinea pigs during firework is actually music with drums in it or other sharp noises. No matter how loud you make your music, it will not drown out the fireworks because fireworks come at such a low frequency that they essentially go through the ground, through the walls of your house, and they will be heard and felt. So there is no point in trying to drown out any noise here. It will not work. However, if you play something like drums, it can help to make the noises feel a bit more consistent so that the fireworks sound, the really loud booming that happens every 30 seconds or so, is actually every couple seconds because the drums do kind of sound similar to it. Like I said, you're not going to drown out the music, so don't just make it crazy loud. Find a good, comfortable volume that isn't scaring them yet when you turn it on before the fireworks. Some guinea pig owners put blankets over their guinea pig's cage to soundproof it so that they don't hear the fireworks. I'm here to tell you that unfortunately that does not work. Fireworks make various noises, but the scariest part of a firework is the boom, the very low frequency, incredibly loud booming sound. No matter what you do, you cannot soundproof away from that sound. Because the sound is such a low frequency, it literally travels through the ground and the walls of your house. So a blanket will essentially do nothing to get in the way of that. Acoustic panels will also do nothing to get in the way of that. None of those soundproofing options make any difference at these frequencies, unfortunately. However, putting a blanket over the cage can actually be good for another reason that we're going to talk about in the future. The one soundproofing method that does work is a basement. If you are lucky enough to have a basement, that should be somewhat shielded from those low frequencies. So feel free to move your guinea pig's cage down into the basement if you have an upcoming July 4th, New Year's, other firework holiday. One great tip to distract your guinea pigs from fireworks is treats and veggies. Every guinea pig is motivated to a different extent by food, but especially for highly food motivated guinea pigs, veggies will be a fantastic distraction. Not only will they be eating the treats and thinking less about what else is going on in the world, but also they'll be getting positive, happy feelings from eating those treats and veggies. And that'll make them a little bit more calm and worried a bit less about the fireworks. I'd recommend cutting veggies up nice and small so that they take a while to eat and sprinkle them around the cage and in the different hidees. That way you're kind of enriching them, letting them use their mind and their bodies get a little tired both mentally and physically before the fireworks start. So you probably know your area better than I do, but around here the fireworks usually start at sunset. So I would sprinkle the veggies around their cage right before sunset at like 7 p.m., something like that. And then it should take them some time to kind of collect all those veggies. You can even then give them a second serving of veggies, maybe 2 hours later, to give them a little bit more distractions. And if your guinea pigs are hiding in their hideys, that's totally fine. Give them some veggies in their hideys. There is nothing wrong with that. You don't need to force them to come out of hiding. There are a couple supplements that do genuinely work for guinea pigs. I personally give my guinea pigs CBD sometimes, and fireworks is one of those times. You can either hide it in a veggie. I like to sandwich it in between the veggies so they can't smell it, or you can drop some drops right on their ear because they have nice thin capillaries in there that'll catch the CBD. They're tiny, so whether it's food or the ears, I just do a couple drops. But make sure you're getting CBD that is approved for pets and has no THC in it. You do not want to be getting your guinea pigs high. You can also use calming herbs. Some places like Small Pet Select sell packages of various herbs that have a calming effect naturally. Things like chamomile and lavender, just like with us humans, they can also calm down your guinea pigs. I like to sprinkle those around the cage or sprinkle them directly in their hay, and then they get a little foraging out of it as well. I would not give your guinea pig any medicines unless you were specifically instructed to do so by your veterinarian. And ideally, you should ask your vet about CBD as well. I've given a lot of tips for keeping your guinea pigs calm during fireworks, but this is by far the best and most effective one. And that is giving into their hiding instincts. Guinea pigs are naturally going to feel safer when they're hiding. That's why it is so imperative that you have multiple hideys in their cage. If your guinea pig were in the wild, they'd be hiding in like a plant, a bush, under a tree, something like that. And that way, predators like birds wouldn't be able to see them as well, and they'd be safe from weather, falling objects, things like that. So naturally, they have evolved to feel safest when they're hiding. Because of that, make sure during the fireworks, your guinea pig has plenty of hideys to choose from. But in addition to that, you can make their whole entire cage a hidey by draping a blanket on top of it. Just make sure you use clips to clip it down to the edges so the blanket doesn't fall into the cage and then aid them in escaping by running up and over the blanket. That would be very bad, especially during fireworks. That blanket will effectively make their whole entire cage feel somewhat like a hidey and also block out any errant lights that are occurring. So if there's windows in your room and there's flashing fireworks, they won't be able to see that as much. Of course, also drawing the curtains can be helpful as well. When your guinea pig is scared during fireworks, you might be tempted to pick them up and snuggle them to keep them calm and happy and safe. Should you really do that though? Every guinea pig is different, has a different personality and a different trust level with humans and with you specifically. There are many guinea pigs that love to be held. However, even for guinea pigs that love to be held, usually they feel the safest in a hidey with their herd mates. Now, you know your guinea pigs best, but 9 times out of 10, they just want to be in their cage with their siblings. So I would highly recommend leaving them in their cage. Come check on them throughout the day when the fireworks are happening. Hope this was helpful and good luck. I hope that your guinea pigs do amazing and just sleep through the fireworks. They won't, but I still hope that they will. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful guinea pig tips.